Mic check. Good evening, everyone. Sorry to interrupt, but if everyone could start to make their way to their seats so we can get the program underway, and if we can get the word to the good people out in the lobby as well to make their way inside, and we can keep everything on schedule. If everyone can please begin to make their way to their seats and their tables so we can get everything underway. Thank you. Once again, if everyone could please make their way to their seats and tables, we'd like to get started in about 5 minutes, please. If you can make your way to your tables. Thank you. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the 46th Annual Louisiana High School Sports Hall of Fame induction ceremony. My name is Jacques Doucet from WAFB TV, and I am honored to be your master of ceremonies for tonight's event. Before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to introduce this year's incredible class of inductees. This class represents some of the most outstanding athletes, coaches, and administrators in Louisiana high school sports history, and we're thrilled to celebrate their achievements here tonight. Now, without further ado, I present to you the Louisiana High School Sports 2024 Hall of Fame inductees. Please join me in welcoming them with a round of applause as they make their way to their seats. First off, Dr. James R. Andrews, competitor. Eddie Cole, coach. Gay Greer, coach. Margaret Maggie Millette, coach. Ryan Perilou, competitor. Scott Peterson, competitor. James Ravanack, contributor. Mitchell Riggs, coach. Jay Roth, coach. And Ryan Travis. We'd like to take a moment to recognize some very special guests. Please join me in welcoming the Hall of Fame Committee and members of the LHSAA Executive Committee. A special welcome to all former Hall of Fame inductees in attendance tonight. Would you please stand and be recognized? Now it's my pleasure to introduce Jimmy Anderson, the Louisiana High School Sports Hall of Fame Committee Chairperson, who will give a brief welcome and recognition of our guest.
Thank you, John. On behalf of the Louisiana High School Athletic Association, the Louisiana High School Coaches Association, and our Louisiana High School Sports Hall of Fame Committee, I am privileged to welcome you to this 46th Hall of Fame induction ceremony and banquet. We thank you for choosing to be here tonight to help us honor these outstanding inductees. These 10 inductees will join the previous 349 Hall of Famers who previously were enshrined in earning the highest honor that we can bestow upon them as an association. I would like to take just a second to pause, because sometimes we don't appreciate the magnitude of what they have earned. I'm going to read just a few of our previous inductees, and you will see the magnitude that these 10 have joined in and have in common with these people. People such as Terry Bradshaw, Johnny Buck, Rodney Milburn, Bob Pettit, Kim Mulkey, Robert Parrish, Edna Tarbutton, J.T. Curtis, Herman Hill, Camille Newsom, Ben McDonald, Kathy Stewart Holloway, Jerry Stovall, Pete Boudreau, Greg Duplantis, Karen McHoyt, Louis Cook, Simone Augustus, Billy Cannon, Elvin Hayes, Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, Marcus Spears. When you recognize the magnitude of the accomplishments of these individuals and recognize these 10 individuals have joined in that same group of individuals who have shown outstanding performances in Louisiana, and it kind of gives you a better idea of the magnitude of things that they have accomplished here in Louisiana in helping our student athletes perform. We're going to have a prayer for the meal in a minute and a national anthem, but before I do that, I would like to encourage each of you, if you have an opportunity, to go by the LHSAA office, which is located on Old Hammond Highway, and view the Hall of Fame room where the plaques of all these individuals, the 349 were previously, plus these 10 individuals' plaques, will be on display there in our Hall of Fame room. It's open to the public. Go by and look at the plaques and look at the magnitude these 24 people that I just mentioned are just a sampling of the outstanding individuals that Louisiana has produced. So if you have an opportunity, go by anytime and just tell them you want to go. If the gate's locked, just buzz in and say you want to see the Hall of Fame room, and it's open to be able to look and see again the great accomplishments that our athletes and coaches and contributors and administrators have made in the development of our student athletes here in Louisiana. Again, what we'll have is a brief prayer for our meal, followed by the national anthem, and then I'll turn it back over to Jock. Would you pray with me? Gracious Lord, we again come to you thanking you for life's blessings. We accept the fact that all of these blessings are gifts from you. Our responsibility is to use these gifts in a manner that reflects your glory. And Father, it's very obvious that these individuals tonight that we're honoring have taken those gifts and have used them to the best of their abilities to reflect your glory in their lives, Father. Father, we ask that you would bless this food, that we use it again to nourish us, to strengthen us, to again give us a desire to seek to do your will here on this earth. Forgive us where we fail thee. We ask these things in Christ's name. Amen. Would you please stand for our national anthem? Thank you. One other thing, I would be remiss if I did not recognize the fact that Mr. Eddie Bonan, our Executive Director, and Ms. Karen Hoyt, our Assistant Executive Director in charge of the Hall of Fame, have put in such time and effort to make this such a wonderful thing for our inductees. And we appreciate the effort that Eddie and his staff makes in making this a wonderful event for our inductees.
Thank you. Now it's time to enjoy dinner and prepare for the main event. We'll be starting the Hall of Fame induction ceremony promptly at 6:45. We have a fantastic lineup of videos and awards planned for tonight. So once again, we'll be back around 6:45. Enjoy your meal. Ladies and gentlemen, please continue to enjoy your meals. We are going to resume the program in about 5 minutes. We are going to restart in about 5 minutes, so enjoy your meal, but we'll get things going here shortly. Have all the fun in the world.
I'm trying to keep it under wraps, you know. Good to see you, Scott Peters.
Hey, Scott. Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're from
Lafayette.
Acadiana?
Yeah.
Wreck and Ram?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Born and raised.
1990?
Yes, sir. 1990. Yeah.
All right. Well, I grew up in Milton.
Milton, I know.
From the Lafayette area.
I know that area.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's small.
Scott.
But you're famous now, so it don't matter. You don't know.
I went to USL and all that.
What? I love you said Brian Bourgeois right there. We call him Big B. He played for Sam Robertson.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm like, it was USL, now it's ULL, right? Which my sister is a teacher from ULL. I'm like, dude, come on, it's always USL.
Yeah, well, Sam Robertson, he coached what we used to call it McNasty.
Yes.
Stadium.
Yes.
I don't know if it's still on campus.
Hey, Booze. Hey, Brian. I got a question. For Jacques here.
Yeah.
McNasty? Was that McNasty Stadium
Yeah.
that you played at?
That's right.
Brian Bourgeois.
Jacques.
Good to meet you,
Nice
Jacques.
to meet you. Yeah. And I went to school there from 94 to 99.
Okay.
They used to use that stadium for like the pep rallies during homecoming.
Yeah.
And they called it McNasty.
Yeah.
I guess they built Cajun Field, I don't know, the late 70s or early 80s.
So we used to play Lafayette High, like Acadiana would play Lafayette High in Cajun Field every year.
Like the Jamboree or the season opener?
Oh, the season, every season. So until like our junior, senior year, they stopped doing it because we'd have 20,000 people want to come to the game. It was such a huge rival. Dude, that was a high school game. It's crazy.
I'm messing with him. I was in Cajun Field.
I didn't think you were that old.
But my alumnus played in McNasty.
Okay.
Yeah, my alumni supporter, Peanut, he played there.
Okay.
Yeah, and all his teeth, all these were fake in front.
Well, you mentioned Sam Robertson. He was the coach.
Yeah. Sam was our coach. My last year there was 84, and Sam was gone probably around 86, 87.
Stokely's first year was 86.
Okay, that's about right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And
How
then
long was he coach still? 10 years?
probably so. Yeah, something like
I just
that.
remember seeing the real estate signs everywhere.
Yeah, then he
got
went
real
into
estate
real
everywhere.
estate.
Yeah,
That's right.
everywhere.
He went in, but he married. He married into the Moody family. They own all those McDonald's and stuff around. Oh, he didn't have to work, bro.
That's a smart football coach.
Yeah, he didn't have to work. Yeah.
You want to get a picture too, Jock? Huh? You change dresses?
All right, if everyone could please make it back to their seats. It is now time for each inductee to be recognized. After each video, we invite each inductee to the stage to receive their plaque and ring. So our first inductee is Dr. James Andrews. Dr. James R. Andrews, now a Louisiana High School Sports Hall of Fame inductee, began his legacy at Homer High School as a versatile athlete, excelling in football, basketball, baseball, and track, His achievements, including state championships with the Homer Ironmen football team and pole vaulting accolades, laid the groundwork for a stellar career. Transitioning to Louisiana State University, he continued to excel in pole vaulting before pioneering revolutionary techniques in orthopedic surgery, elevating sports medicine globally. Inducted into multiple Hall of Fames, Dr. Andrews stands as a beacon of excellence, showcasing the power of determination and talent in achieving unparalleled success.
I want to first express my sincere thanks to the Louisiana State High School Athletic Association and the people of my home state for this very prestigious honor. I accept it with great humility and appreciation. Speaking of humility and appreciation, I'm very fortunate to have been able to live my early days in very humble surroundings. I was actually born in New Orleans just prior to my father being shipped off to World War II for 4 years. Following that, my mother, my sister, and I lived with my grandparents on their farm out in the country from Homer in Claiborne Parish. My grandfather, who I call Grandy, had a lot of influence on my life when he planted the seed and would tell me that you're going to be my young doctor when you grow up. Grandy was self-educated and always wanted to be a doctor himself, but was only able to go to a small part of the first grade out in the country. Regardless, he treated all those less fortunate in the countryside with his salves and lotions as a pseudo-country doctor. He was very successful as a landowner and farmer. His wife, Mimi, was actually a college graduate and kept all the books. They were quite a team. I lived with them for the first 4 years of my life and later spent many weekends and summers with them, which is where I learned to work hard, persevere, and never give up. When my father came home from overseas, he was the motivation for me to be the best that I could be, especially in school and in sports. He had been an athlete himself, having played football at Northwestern State, but that was interrupted when he joined the Army during his second year of college. My mother was the homemaker and music teacher and was able to squeeze in a little musical influence along with my father's push for athletics. I actually played the trumpet in the high school band. As I grew up, I had an aptitude for working with my hands and building things, which goes along with my career as an orthopedic surgeon. My hero in those days was Don Bragg, who played Tarzan in the movies and was also the world record holder in the pole vault. As a young kid, I spent a lot of time in the woods behind our house and would cut down bamboo poles to jump ditches and eventually use them to pole vault in our backyard. Here's a picture of one of my bamboo poles I used for vaulting until I got to high school. We have kept it all these years, and it is now almost 70 years old. When I got to high school in the 8th grade, I was already proficient in pole vaulting. My father encouraged me to be an all-around athlete, and football was number one. I was a member of the champion Homer Ironmen football team. My father carried the chain on the sidelines during our games and cooked for all of us after practice. He got numerous penalties called on him carrying the chain and screaming and hollering at the football games. Here's a few pictures of the legendary Homer Ironmen.
Jimmy, this is Bob Fleury. A few days ago, I talked to Sammy Kemp, and he told me that you're going to be inducted this year into the Louisiana High School Sports Hall of Fame. And we were glad to hear that. And he said, well, let's send him a congratulating note from the home. We love you and wish you the best of luck as you continue your journey.
It's amazing It takes a lot of determination, and that's what you've always had. Congratulations. For all the Iron Men, we're proud of you.
My father also built me a pole vaulting pit and runway on the back of the football practice facility at school, and he never missed any of my athletic events. The only thing he demanded of me was straight A's. Here's a video of me vaulting. My senior year, he drove all of my track teammates to LSU for the high school state track meet, and the rest is history for me as a state record-holding pole vaulter. Last but certainly not least, I would like to thank my family, and here's a photo of them. Most of all, I want to thank my wife, Janelle, for her undying support and love. By the way, I'm often asked about the most important advice that I've ever received in my career, and it came from Janelle when she said to me, if you're still talking about what you did yesterday, then you're not doing much today. So with that, I'll conclude, and I'll thank all of you very much for this great honor.
Dr. James Andrews.
Can't jump up there anymore. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I also thank the doc for saving Drew Brees' career as well. All those great years with the Saints. Our next inductee is Eddie Cole. Eddie Cole, a renowned figure in Louisiana high school sports, has been inducted into the Louisiana High School Sports Hall of Fame for his outstanding career in cross-country coaching. Beginning at University High, Cole led teams to state championships from 1973 to 1975, moving to E.D. White High School from 1976 to 2007. He secured 11 boys state championships and notable successes with the girls team. At Episcopal High School from 2008 onwards, he continued his legacy with more state titles in cross-country and track events. Cole's numerous awards, including Coach of the Year honors and a Lifetime Achievement Award, reflect his dedication and impact on Louisiana sports. His leadership as president of the Louisiana Track and Field Coaches Association further solidifies his inspirational legacy.
My family is from Louisiana. My grandfather, Major Cole, was head of the math department at LSU, was dean of students, and also was a faculty golf coach for the LSU 1939 and 41 national championship golf teams. He lived out on Jefferson Highway here in Baton Rouge and was He was great. He would let me tag along on fishing trips and riding the golf cart when he'd be out playing golf, and he sort of introduced me to sports and being outdoors, which has stayed with me to this day. I was blessed to have very supportive parents who encouraged me in anything that I wanted to give my time and attention to, and was blessed to grow up in a neighborhood where we always were doing some sports. We'd be playing touch football in the neighborhood field, or pickup basketball, pickup baseball games. But I was undersized, 5'6", 120 pounds in high school. I went out for football and made the mistake one time of trying to tackle Mike Anderson in spring training, and he outweighed me by about 100 pounds, and I decided I might be better suited for non-contact sports. Ended up as a football manager, and one day the football coach, who was also the track coach, said, "You know, young man, you look pretty good running out on the field with a water bucket. You might have a future as a distance runner." And he was right. And so I ended up running distance at my high school. We had some success and was able to get a partial scholarship to LSU to compete in track and cross country. While at LSU, I was proud of the fact I was the 5th man on the first cross country team at LSU to win a cross country meet. And I also set a record in the 26-mile marathon, which lasted for 7 years. After I graduated from LSU, I spent 2 years in the U.S. Army, and then came back to LSU to use a GI Bill to get my master's degree. While I was there, Coach Gilbert and Coach Furr at University High asked me to start a cross-country program at U High, and I did. And we had an amazing group of young people. Our boys won 3 consecutive Class A state championships, and our girls won finished as state runner-up, the very first state meet they had for girls. After I got my master's degree, I accepted a job at E.D. White Catholic High in Thibodaux, and went down there. Had started another program. We had early success with the girls. Coach Celeste Small had her girls won 2 state championships in 78 and 79. Our boys was a different story. We had a motley group of off-season basketball players and stuff. Went to Catholic High Invitational for our first cross-country meet after 2 weeks of training, and finished 23rd out of 24 teams. I was in shock, but when I got back to the bus, I told the young people, I said, you know, we've got 3 choices. We can give up cross-country, what seemed like a good idea at the time. We can be content to be mediocre, or we can work hard and get better. And fortunately, they chose the 3rd option and had some state championship teams, and they still have a championship program at E.D. White. After 32 years in Thibodaux, I accepted a position at Episcopal High School in Baton Rouge. My elderly mom lived in Baton Rouge and needed some help. She was 87, and so I coached all day at Episcopal and taught, and then in the evenings I got to watch Everyone Loves Raymond and the Golden Girls with my mom for 10 years. At Episcopal, I didn't have to do any building. Coach Clanny Dupshan and Coach Butch Helveston had already built a fantastic program, so I just had to make sure that I didn't mess things up and get to the bus to the meets on time. One of the great joys was to be able to coach my son. I used to include him on our trips and everything, going to the state meet in Natchitoches or going to the state track meet at LSU. And when he became of age and he came up and was involved in a lot of sports, football, soccer, but also ran track and cross country for me. So that was one of my real joys, is to be able to coach your own son. My mom passed away in 2018, and I just turned 70. I decided to retire. And Cheryl and I moved to North Georgia, where to be near my son and 2 granddaughters. Unfortunately, after a year, I was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia. Spent the next 3 years at Northside Cancer Institute. But through the grace of God and lots of prayers and Cheryl's support as my caregiver and amazing medical team, I'm cancer-free, currently in remission, And as Brother Gaspar used to tell me, Coach, every day you wake up is a great day. As I look back over my life in my early years, the people who had the greatest influence on me were my coaches. And so at some point I made the decision to go into coaching as a career, and I can only hope that I've had half of the impact on my student athletes as my coaches had on me. I've been blessed to have wonderful young people throughout my 5 decades that accepted the challenge and made it a joy to come to work every day.
Hey Eddie, congratulations on a most deserved honor. Thank you for taking me under your wings 47 years ago as a green college student and giving me the opportunity to break into the field of coaching, being a great mentor, and to this day, a great friend still. Congratulations, love you, and I'm so proud and honored to be able to be a part of this with you tonight.
As I said, you don't get to a place like this by yourself, and I have so many people to thank for, and I'm so grateful to be here. I've been blessed with Cheryl, who nursed me back to health over 3 years, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for almost 3 years. And I'm so appreciative to the Louisiana High School Athletic Association for this honor. I'm so moved and so touched to be associated with some of the people that I've spent my life admiring and valuing their contributions to the lives of young student athletes. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for this honor.
Please welcome to the stage Eddie Cole. Our third inductee is Gay Greer. Gay Greer, a Louisiana high school sports icon, earns induction into the Louisiana High School Sports Hall of Fame for her profound contributions in the sport of basketball. Beginning her coaching journey at Haynesville High School in 1976, she later led Caldwell Parish High School and C.E. Byrd High School to multiple girls basketball state championships. Gay led her teams to an astounding 7 girls basketball state championships, showcasing her unparalleled leadership on the court. Her teams also secured the position of state runner-ups in 1980 and 1986, demonstrating consistent excellence. With 4 State Coach of the Year titles and national recognition, Greer's influence transcends state borders. In 1994, she achieved the prestigious distinction of National High School Athletic Coaches Association Coach of the Year, solidifying her status as a trailblazer in the coaching world. Despite later coaching at universities, her legacy in Louisiana high school sports endures, inspiring generations with her dedication to athletic growth and success.
I'm Gay Greer. Some might remember me in the sports world as Gay Holiday or Gay Nix, but I use my maiden name. I grew up in Stonewall, Louisiana, and grew up on a working dairy and poultry farm. And I will say that that's where my background came from, where I learned how to work, because it was hard work. And I had wonderful parents who had high expectations for all three of us in the family, and we all have been successful at whatever we have undertaken. I went to Stonewall High School. There were 16 in my graduating class. I was very involved in 4-H work and had animals that I showed. Had the opportunity to win a lot of scholarships through the 4-H and the challenges there. Well, my mom and dad loved that I played sports. My dad, he was very vocal at the games. And my mom, I know, I would look up and I would see her punching him a little bit, nudging him, because he was very verbal at the games. And he loved me playing, and my mom did too. But after my dad passed, my mom took up where he left off, and she became more vocal at the games. And there's not a referee that she ever saw that she liked, I don't think. When we got to the playoffs, she loved to send me a note, and she'd grab a little nephew or a little kid and send them down there with this little bitty note, and I'd feel something tapping on my arm, and the kid would hand me a note, and I knew what it was. And it might say something like, "Stop number 21," or "Watch number 21." And of course, everybody in the gym knew number 21 was the shooter for the other team and was awesome. But it was. I still have those little notes that she would send down there to me. It's very special. I played basketball in high school, but I never had an idea that I'd ever be a coach. But once I got around it, I was over in Texas and I was an assistant coach, and I was just like, oh, this is it. This is my life. This is what I want to be. This is what I love. And I think it's so fortunate that I was able to find something to do in life that I loved. It was not like work. It was fun. Our teams were like families. We loved each other, did things together. We were together a lot because we practiced basically kind of year-round and participated in AAU. After a short stint over in Texas, then I ended up at my last high school coaching at CE Bird, and that's just a miracle in itself. They had not won a game in 2 years when I went there.
Gay, the first faculty meeting at Bird, when you asked if I wanted to help with the team, changed my career path, and I will forever be grateful. The 3 years that followed were exciting and fulfilling, and this recognition for you is long overdue. Congratulations, my friend. You deserve it.
We won 4 games the first year. They thought they won the national championship when they won that first game, but we got a couple of state championships out of it before I left there and went on to coaching in college. I learned so much from so many people. I learned from the kids. We were blessed, and the girls remember it all to this day, that was one of the highlights of their life, is having been in basketball.
Hey, I just wanted to say that was playing for you for 4 years in high school, and you give me the opportunity to play as a freshman. I want to say thank you, and I appreciate you in allowing that to happen. And also, I think I became the player that I was in college was because of the opportunity that you gave to me to play for you. And I just want to say thank you and congratulations.
Congratulations, Coach Greer, on your induction into the Hall of Fame. We are so proud of you, and our team would not have been the team that it was and been as successful as we were without your drive and determination on and off the court. Congratulations again. We love you.
I am so proud of your accomplishment today in the Hall of Fame, and I know my teammates share in this as we say, keep turning it up a notch, keep making things happen, keep being you, and congratulations.
Hi, Coach, it's Rashid. I want to congratulate you. Awesome achievement, well-deserved. Congratulations, Coach.
Congratulations, Coach Nix, on this well-deserved honor. You raised the bar for girls basketball and for us by implementing the first weight training program and by taking us all over the country to play at the highest levels of competition. I'm honored and grateful to be a part of your legacy. Thank you for believing in us and for putting in the hard work to help us achieve excellence on and off the court. Congratulations.
Hey, Coach Nix. Congratulations again on making the Hall of Fame. This is such an honor that you deserve because you did so much for us and all the opportunities that you gave to us for all the tournaments and traveling, the memories that we made. We still talk about it to today. And I still giggle at you when I think about you and your Diet Cokes. But seriously, Coach, congratulations. You deserve it.
Hi, Coach Nix. I just want to congratulate you on your Hall of Fame. Thank you again for what you did for me and all of my teammates. Enjoy.
Hey, Coach, this is Pam Kelly Flowers. Just want to say congratulations for being inducted into the Hall of Fame for women's basketball. I want to thank you for everything that you've done for women's basketball and for me. Sending you much love. And again, congratulations.
I see the potential in those kids, you know, and so I want them to get to that high level that they can get to, the highest. I have a funny story that I like to share. We were playing in the 1984 game in the playoffs, and you know, the girls, the team had won 3 state championships. So I could sense that day they weren't all enthused, but I thought, oh well, they're just tired. But anyway, we get on the court and start playing that game, and they're just out there. That's the way I can basically explain it. They were just out there going through the motions, and I was just getting sicker and sicker on the sideline seeing it. And I said, well, wait till halftime, you know, I'll get things rolling. So at halftime, you know, I gave them a good talking to and everything, and we go back out there and reminded them, of course, that, hey, you know, you're going to pay for this, you know, if you don't start playing. But we go back out on the court, got the same atmosphere, same thing going on, just going through the motions. So we're in the 4th quarter, and I said to my manager, I said, do you think it'd be all right if I take my shoes off? She says, do whatever you think you need to do. So I kicked my shoes off. Of course, I was dressed up. I think I had heels on. I kicked my shoes off, and I romped and stomped on the sideline, and we went on a 17-4 run and won the game. I'm so blessed to be receiving this award, to be inducted into the Louisiana High School Athletic Association Sports Hall of Fame. It's such an honor to me. And I appreciate it, and I appreciate those who selected me to be in it, because I am very proud to be a part of it. I didn't win this award. You know, all my kids that were sending me messages, I said, you know, to different ones, you know, I'd say, you won this. You know, I get the award, but y'all are the ones that did it, you know. And that's the way I feel about it.
Gay Greer, please come to the stage. Our next inductee is Margaret Maggie Millette. Margaret Maggie Millette, a Louisiana sports luminary, enters the Louisiana High School Sports Hall of Fame, cementing her legacy as an outstanding coach and mentor. Spanning 1969 to 2010, her coaching prowess extended beyond volleyball to soccer, tennis, track, and softball. Notably, she led Country Day to 3 consecutive volleyball state championships and secured 14 district titles, 32 state tournament appearances, and 427 victories. Millette's numerous Coach of the Year awards underscore her statewide and national influence, solidifying her as a beacon of coaching excellence. Her induction honors her transformative impact, inspiring future generations of athletes and coaches.
Good evening. I'm so honored to be here tonight among those recipients who have had stellar careers in athletics and are being honored tonight. They have given so much to Louisiana. I'm also thankful to those who have nominated me for this honor. Metairie Park Country Day School, Athletic Director Mike McGuire, Dana Lawney, and former head of school Matt Neely. My final thank you here is to you on the selection committee who have worked so hard reviewing, rereading, and making selections for tonight. I know it was a tedious task. My love of sport began in Orleans Parish Public Schools, grade school, junior high, high school, 4J. And there were no sports for girls, but there was wonderful physical education classes and intramurals. My love of sport grew and grew, and I moved on to Southeastern Louisiana University in Hammond, Louisiana, and majored in health, physical education, and dance. I was a very active participant in the women's intramural program. They provided many sports for us to compete in, and I had much success. In fact, I think it was my senior year, I received the Outstanding Participant Award. One of my college friends gave me a call, Susan Dorner, and said, "Hey, my school is hiring a new physical education teacher. Why don't you apply?" Which I did, and I was successfully hired at Metairie Park Country Day in January of 1969. My career at Country Day started with the expectation that I would be the girls and boys tennis coach. So I taught classes and coached the tennis team. We would compete in little local tournaments, then we went to the state tournament, and that was a good experience, very successful. And following that, the school asked me to become the volleyball coach. Ms. Millette and the girls started developing a volleyball program. And I'm thankful to those athletes who made that commitment to the program, to their parents for their commitment, and to the school for supporting all my efforts as a coach to get the girls competing on different levels. At this point in my career, I had not had any assistant coaches other than, say, the French teacher or the math teacher as a helper. But then I felt fortunate that we were able to bring in some assistant coaches, 6 or 7 through my years, who had playing experience, who had college playing experience, and could bring that skill and knowledge to our program. Throughout this coaching career that I've had, I've developed some very special friends. I call them my coaching buds. And I still have many of those friends even today. And those people, they should be standing here with me.
Hey Maggie, Chip Didier. Congratulations on the Louisiana Hall of Fame. It's well deserved. We had some epic battles back in the day, and I want to thank you for being a mentor to me as I was coming into my career. So enjoy the moment and have fun.
Congratulations, Maggie! We love you!
We love you.
I am a woman of faith, and in my faith, they often say to me that the last shall be first. Today, my last thank you is really my first thank you. And that's to a person who's sitting here today, a person who has been with me now for 53 years, a person who has supported and walked with me and basically had my back for all these years, and that's Sterling Millette. Sterling supported my career as a teacher and a coach, and he became immersed in the Country Day ways. Together, we shared time at Country Day, lots of time at Country Day. And then we shared a family, 3 sons, and these 3 sons became Country Day brats, gym rats, ball shaggers, concession stand workers. To my dear sons, Matthew, David, and Stephen, I'm thankful that you are part of my career, and you have become fine men, fine men with wonderful careers, beautiful families, wives, and have given us 6 grandchildren.
Hi, Mom. Congratulations on your induction into the Hall of Fame all the way from here in Dubai. Very proud of this grand accomplishment and all that you've done throughout your career and your life. So very proud of you. So very honored to have you as a mother and to lay that foundation for all of us in our lifelong quest to play sports and continue to play sports. Love you so much. Congratulations.
I just wanted to reach out, let you know how proud we are of you. We love you so much. This award is so special. We're so proud of you. Kelly, myself, Maddie, Charlotte, we're so happy that we call you my mayor, and we're proud that you had this opportunity, and we're happy to be here with you. We love you a lot, and congratulations, Mom.
We love you, my mayor. Congratulations. And we hope you have a great day celebrating all your accomplishments. What do you say to my mayor?
Love you,
my mayor.
What an accomplishment, Maggie, for which you are being honored this evening by the Louisiana High School Athletic Association. I am so proud of you, as is your family, and a host of former Country Day students, supportive staff, past and present, and we congratulate you on your successful career. Well done, Maggie.
Please welcome to the stage Margaret Maggie Millette. All right, our fifth inductee is Ryan Perilou. Ryan Perilou, a standout from East St. John High School's class of 2005, excelled across football, basketball, and baseball, earning numerous accolades. With a .500 batting average in baseball and impressive basketball stats, his football prowess was legendary, setting records with 12,705 offensive yards and 155 touchdowns. Named the Gatorade Player of the Year in football and National High School Offensive Player of the Year, Perilou continued his success at LSU and beyond, winning a Super Bowl with the New York Giants. Inducted into the Louisiana High School Sports Hall of Fame, Perilou's journey exemplifies dedication and excellence.
Ryan Perilou, born native of Louisiana, Laplace, Louisiana, right here in St. John Parish.
Ryan was the first child that was born New Year's Day in '87 at the State Hospital. When he was 7, he started. I didn't see it before he was 7. Eric Rogers and his wife Val, they started a recreation called Heat, and they got around the community and they saw Ryan playing outside, so they invited him to be a part of their team.
My career focus was sports as soon as I got here. My mom immediately put me into sports. Coach Eric founded me when I was young. I was like 6, 7 years old, so I've been in organized sports my whole life.
Hey Ryan, this is Coach Eric. Congratulations on being inducted into the Louisiana High School Hall of Fame. Well deserved, Ryan.
I can't never think about some of the coaches that were pivotal in your life that help a young man come and be strong and actually support that young man.
When he started playing, he was just so competitive. Everybody noticed that about him when he was a very little boy, that, hey, he's gonna be somebody.
I've been playing quarterback my whole life. Pretty much, that's how I got started.
Ryan, I'm hoping you're enjoying yourself. I want you to look around and take all of this in, because this is a great moment. Another great moment, I might add. No opportunity to shine was too big for him. The larger the stage, the more he wanted to shine.
I didn't know I was being great until it happened. I was just a kid, loving the game, playing the game with my heart, my love. I never had the most. But what I did have, I had family, people supporting me, people that always encouraged me and made sure that I was able to become who I am now. My mom always said that, like, Ryan, you know, you always come home with them trophies. And as that journey continued, I found myself headed to John Curtis. Coach Corey founded me off the park, where I was able to go to John Curtis Christian School for 2 years. And then we made another family decision to say, you know what, let's go back to East St. John, the hometown school, because of my ability to throw the football.
What we saw was an opportunity for Ryan to come home and be able to do what he does best, is pass the ball.
It's nothing like Friday nights. And imagine on Friday night, you show up to the ball game and it's packed out for you. And you're still young, you don't know what's going on. It's like the atmosphere. It was the best thing that I've ever been a part of in my career.
Receivers, 2 out to the left and 2 to the right, and he'll keep the ball. He'll get a first down. He's got more than that. He's down inside the 40.
Pearlou to the 38-yard line. First down, East St. John.
From there, it just was lights out. You know, Coach Ronnie Stevens discovered me. He was a great coach. Then Larry Dotrieve came in and paved the way. He changed the offense. He built the system, and we were successful.
I was amazed at 14 what he could do, and I'm thinking to myself, we're going to have some fun for the next 3 years. And clearly, he's the best football player best athlete that I've ever coached in the 45 years of my college, high school, and pro careers, and hands down.
Well, once I got out of high school, going into college, signing was tough, because now you're back to family. You're back to God first, because that's the only way you're going to make a great decision. And I sat down, me and my mom, we prayed, we did it, and we made a decision for the family.
And the decision that I decided to make, it came down to what's best for me, it was best for my family, it was best for everybody that's around me. And the school that I decided to go to was LSU.
And ultimately, that was the best place to go. LSU, like, is the best school in the country. Still the best school in the country. So why would I not want to go play the best football? That went into my decision. I want to play the best football.
Here comes the rush. Pearlou throws, and it is caught. Touchdown, Bird! There you go.
College to pro is the same thing. The way you want to go play your football. I went to New York to play the best football. I never wanted to be Hollywood famous. I just loved the game I was playing.
Congratulations, Ryan Pearlou. We are so proud of you. We are all bleeding black and gold. We love that you have been named to the LHSAA Hall of Fame, and we couldn't be prouder. Congratulations again on such a great job.
Ryan, I love you, man. Thank you for being part of my life. And we've grown old together, but I'm sure proud of you, and congratulations for being inducted to the Hall. Most worthy.
First and foremost, I want to thank God. Without him, no way this is even possible. I want to thank my family, starting with my mom, who's been there with me from day one. I want to thank my brothers and sisters for supporting me. I want to thank my coaches, starting with Coach Eric. I want to thank Rodney and Clyde in baseball. I want to thank Coach Charles Julie. I want to thank Coach Monica. I want to thank Coach Dotrieve. I want to thank all of my coaches that was along this journey. Coach Dale from West St. John. I want to thank Jock Doucette for always doing the things that he does with me and come over and be with our family. I want to thank Miss Shum for some of the things she taught me. That was our principal at East St. John. I want to thank so many people. The list is so long. And I want to thank the LHSAA again for this big honor and this big moment.
Ryan Pearlou, come to the stage. Ryan, I don't know how you got that ball to Demetrius Bird in that SEC championship game, but that was one hell of a throw. I'm just going to say that right now. 50 yards on a rope. Phew. Right there. Our next inductee is Scott Peterson. Scott Peterson, a graduate of Acadiana High School in 1990, earned induction into the Louisiana High School Sports Hall of Fame for his remarkable achievements in track and field and football. His consistent all-district honors in shot put and discus, along with football accolades, highlight his multi-sport talent. Named Louisiana Gatorade Track and Field Athlete of the Year in 1990, Peterson's journey continued at LSU, where he attained NCAA All-American status and represented the U.S. internationally. Peterson's legacy as a dedicated athlete and global ambassador for Louisiana sports earns him well-deserved recognition.
So going back to the early life, how all this started, seems like a long journey, really, really long journey. A little boy from Scott, Louisiana. I always thought my mom named me after the town, but it seemed like she named me after a little grocery store that she liked, named Scotty's, that her and my dad had gone by. So born to a very young mother, young father. The chance of me sitting here is pretty slim and none. I got to give all glory to them for working very hard to give me the opportunity, put me in sports at an early age. My dad was a driver, did a lot of baseball, basketball, football. He coached me in every aspect of my early life, which was kind of cool. Didn't really understand the value that I had at that point, because I had mom there that was supporting. Everything I was doing was great. Dad's driving. Gotta be better. Gotta work harder. Work on confidence. Work on competency. I think they say it takes a village to control everything in one's life, to raise one higher than they can be. And I'm very blessed to have a village. My journey started, with mom and dad, and then my little sister came along 4 years later, and she became a pestering little thing. But I got to watch her grow. She became an athlete and a dancer, and she did all these things to inspire me and reminded me and very humbled me that, hey, guess what? This is more than just about me. And together we had just a wonderful childhood. I was always the big kid on the football field. As my dad reminded me, he goes, 8 years old, I had to play with the 9 and 10-year-olds because I weighed too much. And I was like, so you're saying I was fat? But I think I weighed a little too much, so I was a little bit bigger. But I held my own, and he was very proud that I held my own with the older kids. And he goes, see, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be just fine. My real journey started when I was about 11. I was a baseball player. It was my dad's dream for me. Easter Sunday at my Uncle Leroy's house, my mom's brother. My cousin was a star at Acadiana, and he's practicing for his district meet, throwing a shot put. I'm like, what the heck are you doing? Can I try that? And thank you, Randy, for letting me try it. Because he's like, yeah, just put it on your neck and throw it. 19 feet 6 inches the first time I ever did it. And it's kind of crazy how that stuck in my mind. Because if you look to when I was 23 years old, I almost threw it 50 feet further than that. So it's amazing how time has flown when you look back from 11 years old, 12 years later. But he started me on the path. I went to my junior high coach, Coach Conks, at Karen Crow Middle School, and I said, Coach, y'all have anything called a shot put? He goes, yes, we do. I said, can I do it for you? He goes, but you got to do cross country first. I'm not a runner, Coach. He goes, well, you got to start somewhere. So I started with some cross country. I was this low fat kid. I did the best I could. But boy, when we got to the shot put, I really had a good time. I was like, here I am. So I go from football and get ready in the spring for track and field. And that changed everything for me. 11 years old, made my way to the Junior Olympics that year. Mom and Dad, Grandma and Grandpa taking me all over God's green earth just to have the opportunity to compete. But my mom's favorite story was, of all the things she ever did, she goes, I remember your first time coming up to me going, Mom, I was 3rd out of 3, can you believe that? And she said all the things you ever won or ever did, that was her favorite thing, was that I was 3rd out of 3, and I was very proud of that. I was blessed with so many great coaches. And Coach Kong's given me my start, in summer track, and really believing in me, giving me that chance to remind me to go practice throwing it over the goalpost. That's how I learned how to throw the shot, over the goalpost. Coach Dotson, Coach Simmons really helped me formulate my path. Coach Simmons is the reason I'm here. He recommended me for the Hall of Fame, and I thank him. But I got to play with 2 legendary Hall of Fame coaches. Track for a Hall of Fame coach and Coach Simmons. Just a blessing. He and I traveled all over the country together. I was fortunate enough to be all district, all parish, all state, high school All-American, Skater 8 Athlete of the Year in the state of Louisiana. And it's an honor to represent my family and my coaches. I moved on to college where I was successful as well. Thank Coach Paff and Coach Henry at LSU for giving me an opportunity, guided me to become a man. That's kind of where I became a man, and I can actually do the things that really matter in life. Was successful, still in the top 5 at LSU all time. I was All-American, All-SEC. So very blessed, but it's the people and the camaraderie I took along from the other athletes, from football and basketball and baseball all together. Just blessed, very blessed. That gave me the gratitude and the ability to mold my family. My rising volleyball star daughter, Cameron, who's flying above the net and just crushing balls, throwing the discus as well in the spring. My Golden South son, Cade, we're the only father-son tandem that ever done Golden South together, which is kind of neat. Going to graduate from Purdue next year, very smart kid. And I like to recognize my wonderful wife, Kathleen. She's a top-level equestrian rider nationally, and I get the privilege of every November going to watch her dominate in the national championships. She actually happens to own her own business as well. So a very powerful woman, and just reminded that I'm lucky to walk side by side with a powerful woman. That reminds me of what a great athlete really is. I'd like to thank LHSAA for nominating me and having me as part of their fraternity. I welcome the opportunity to be here, and I thank you for the recognition. It's an honor.
Scott Peterson. Our 7th inductee is James Ravanack. James Ravanack, inducted into the 2005 National Wrestling Hall of Fame, is celebrated for his exceptional contributions to Louisiana high school wrestling. His coaching journey, starting at Riverdale High School and spanning over 3 decades, showcased his unmatched dedication and visionary leadership. Ravanack's impact extended well beyond schools, shaping Louisiana wrestling through leadership roles in the LHSAA and USA Wrestling. His accolades include being a state champion and guiding teams to Division I championships. With numerous Olympic Games and World Championship teams under his guidance, Ravenak's legacy as a coach is unparalleled, inspiring future generations in the wrestling community.
Ravanak. I was born in New Orleans, Louisiana. Moved to Metairie, Louisiana when I was 1 year old. Went to school and junior high and high school in Metairie. Wrestled for T.H. Harris when I was in middle school and then went on to East Jefferson High School. My wrestling career started back in 1971-72 when middle schools added wrestling to their program. We've never seen wrestling, so my best friend Craig Seals and I decided we'd go out for the wrestling team, and I think we both caught the bug. We really excelled at it. We both played football, baseball, but it was kind of like, this is for us. 72 Olympics came along. I watched the wrestling, watched Dan Gable win a gold medal, and it was deciding that that's what I wanted to do. Did play other sports, but when it came down to high school, I decided I was just gonna stick to wrestling because I wanted to be a high school state champion. A lot of coaches, a lot of great coaches on the way, but back then my support was my family. My mom and dad supported us at anything that we did. I had three brothers, all four of us wrestled. My older brother and my younger brother pretty much excelled at it, so we did travel a lot, and I saw my parents give us what we needed back in the day. Freshman, sophomore year, we got pretty beat up, but we stuck it out. Back then, being a public school, were always challenges of the Catholic school, but we didn't let it bring us down. We had a coaching change coming in my junior year, which was George Trigg, and I think that George changed my life. Much as a mentor, as much as a friend, more of a coach, more of all around. Really got close with his family. He was a 1967 state champion for East Jefferson High School, so he was part of where we were. Going into our junior year, we really started excelling on where we needed to be. And so people, I'm not saying, targeted us, but, it was kind of like we were the team that everybody knew that was going to have to be beaten. So then I had it to where it was going to be, my senior year was going to be an undefeated year, but I wanted our team to go undefeated. And so we made a pact, and we really worked all summer. Without the leisure of, any assistance, we packed up, went to camp, we drove ourselves. I can remember driving to Lincoln, Nebraska on our own, first time I ever left the state of Louisiana, and we did it. We grew up a lot that year, and our senior season was a story season. We won every dual meet, we won every tournament, and it kind of eclipsed at the, high school state championship. And that was in the early days of the LHSAA. We were at Baker High School. We were Division I. Division II was in another gym. But I just can remember, walking off and achieving something that really no public school's ever done. And we felt it. We were proud of what we did. After that, I went into the oil business, working in the rigs offshore. And kind of, loved what I was doing, but I really always kind of brought me back to what I missed, and I missed wrestling. So when I transferred out of the field into sales, I started coaching. And I really felt blessed that I could do both. So I had a 9 or 10 year coaching span between Riverdale, East Jefferson, and then finally at Grace King. And then I was asked to go, would I take the state over for the little kids, which was USA Wrestling. And I said, well, I don't know nothing about it, but my son was young. And I said, well, you don't have anything. We never wrestled when we were little. And I said, sure. And so we started that board, and we started plugging in the little guys. And back then it was only 300, maybe 350 members, to where we grew it now to over 2,000. I looked at the high school state championships even when I competed. It was like, went to B.J. Gazzardo and Tommy Henry, and I said, hey, I got an idea. I said, I'm not going to coach anymore. I'm going to let the coaches coach. How about letting us help you run the state tournament? And looked at us and said, sure, as long as you don't lose any money. And so we were picking up mats for days. We were running, but we did actually get to go into University of New Orleans. And that first championship was pretty special, that we were able to put our kids on a different venue. And before we knew it, we outgrew UNO, went to the Pontchartrain Center for many years, having crowds of up to 13,000 in, 2.5 days of, everything that has to go, and then outgrew that. And then we went to Shreveport. And now that, looking back 25, 26 years later, what it meant to me and what it meant to my family, was a whole lot. My biggest support system was my family, because they knew what it meant for me to be part of an Olympic team, an Olympic journey. I mean, it's not just a team, it's not any one, it all culminates to the final matches, but leading up to it was probably one of the better things in my entire life. When you walk into the stadium in Athens, Greece, and 100,000 light bulbs go off because they're taking your picture because the U.S. team's walking in. Other than my kids being born and the day I was married, I don't think that anything tops that. That's my blessing, was my family stood behind me the whole time. I guess, it even goes back to my college coach at LSU. He was the president of USA Wrestling and got me involved, and so Larry Shakatano coached LSU for 10, 12 years. I'd like to start and thank, I'm going to call it two Sams, Sam Hossenkram and Sam Sarah, which helped mentor me during my coaching. These guys really showed me the avenue about how do you give and give back to the sport, and how do you give and give back to a kid that can't really have the needs to do so. I want to thank, I guess from the start to the finish when I retired, but Eddie Bona and Adam, that you guys meant a world for me in the sport. Also want to thank two special guests that flew in today, one from the United States Olympic Committee and USA Wrestling, and Tony Black was our state service director. Guys, you've given me the opportunity and the vision to help my state grow. You've given me the vision and opportunity to give these high school athletes vision and hope to be able to become Olympians, because now we have kids that want to get in there. To see a two-time Olympian out of a little town of Lafayette, Louisiana, make two Olympic teams is pretty special when you only have 6 on the team. Daniel is one of I consider a son, but I've had a lot of sons that I've raised and helped through the years. And a lot of you guys are sitting out here in the crowd. We have quite a few tables here that represent, my friendship and relationships. Every one of you guys have meant the world. I've had from the early days of running the tournaments to the days now of moving forward. Anything I ever asked, y'all have done. So I want to thank every one of y'all that's here. I couldn't never replace thanking my wife, thanking my children for the time that I spent out, away from home. But they knew that everywhere I went, that my heart was right at home, and they was always with me no matter which way we did it. Wrestling is a sport that's so unique in itself that, you have to have the things that go. You have to have the want and desire and drive. I can only give you the tools to do it.
Please welcome to the stage James Ravanack. Our next inductee is Mitchell Riggs. Mitchell Riggs, a basketball coaching legend, earns Louisiana High School Sports Hall of Fame induction for his stellar career from 1968 to 2017. Coaching at McCall Senior High, he led teams to state championships in 1969, 1993, 2001, and 2006. He also led his team to multiple district titles as well. Riggs mentored both boys and girls teams, boasting a remarkable 913 and 248 record and 3 Coach of the Year awards. Riggs' achievements have not gone unnoticed, as evidenced by his 3 Louisiana Sports Writers Coach of the Year awards, reflecting the respect and admiration he garnered from the Louisiana high school sports community. His enduring legacy reflects his unwavering commitment to excellence and his profound impact on Louisiana's basketball community.
Coach Mitch Riggs from McCall Madison, and I learned a thing or two about where you're from, and I'm from Toulouse. When I met Coach Eddie Robinson at Grimm, he always told all of the players and all, don't be ashamed from where you're from, the small town and all. You tell the people your name and tell them where you're from. I grew up in a family of 10. I am the 4th child. One boy, my oldest brother, old man, he was just like a father. And he helped nourish me. He did things and I didn't understand at the time. I was just busy growing up. And when that growth kicked in to what was happening, I knew then that he was a special person in my life. I didn't understand my mother at the time. She was way ahead of me, and she was ahead of her time. She would tell me, when you come home from school, pull off your school clothes, make up your room, clean up your bed, make up your bed, clean up your room, and don't leave. Wow, it's enough for you, your sisters and brothers, to play with each other. So, but I knew that the guys was down on the block or 2 away from where I lived was balling down there, and I wanted to be down there. So I got smart. I thought I would come in the front door, I would go down to my room and fix my room up, take my school clothes off, and shoot out the back door. I never did come back up with the rest of the family. So when they called for me, I wasn't nowhere around. I was down there playing. But they always knew where I was. I wasn't of school age. They would take me over to my granny's. I would go to my grandmama's house and I could stay there, but I was taking it all in. And the thing about it was always teaching. Our parents didn't have a whole lot of money, but we had a lot of food and we had a lot of love. The ball came into my life. That was what was really exciting to me. And I played my way through high school because I always watched the older guys. The love for the game developed when my mama told me don't leave that yard. And she had my brother to take her bicycle rim and nail it up to a chinaberry tree. And she went and bought me a beach ball. That was to keep me around the house.
The cow this year and couldn't win the tournament. I'll be damned.
You won the big one,
Had so many interesting people that I met along the way. And that is the reason I'm here and where I am today. I had been coaching all my life for 40 years, and it wasn't for to get this award or nothing like that. It was all about helping the children.
I just want to congratulate you, to let you know that I'm so proud of you and I'm happy for you. Thank you for investing in my life back in the days. I'm coaching high school football here in Little Rock, Arkansas at Pulaski Academy. And I promise you this, I instill the things that you instilled in us. I try to instill that in our kids here at PA. Congrats, Coach. Go get them.
Got the honor to be able to play under Coach Mitchell Riggs from 2001 to 2004. Won a state championship, well deserving again, and hopefully that you continue to be a true ambassador for our city and for our sport.
Hey, I just wanted to tell you congratulations on being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Thanks for what you've done for me in the past, as far as being a great mentor to me and my team. Thank you, congratulations.
Hey man, I'm so excited for you. It's been a long time coming, well deserved. You've changed so many lives in so many different ways you can't even imagine. My children's children have been affected by some of the things that you taught me as a young buck. So I'm thankful to be sending this video, man, and I'm so excited for you. Congratulations, well deserved. Love you, man.
If I had the pleasure of having Dad in the house with me, so a lot of kids got to see him at the gym. I got to see him at the gym and see him at home. And he was just as tough. He was easier at home than he was in the gym. He was super tough in the gym. But he taught us a lot about life, just how to be young men, how to be God-fearing men, and how to make a difference in your community. He lived that, he believed in it, and he lives it now. I love you, good Doc, and you've done a great job.
But I met some great people along the way. And those people, Mitch Small was a guy that I met way back, and he knew some of the things that was going on with me and all.
Congratulations, Coach Mitchell Riggs, on your induction. What an honor, and how well deserved. For 30 years doing what I did with the LHSAA, I came across thousands, literally, of coaches, and you stand out among the best.
Hey, I want to say congratulations on being inducted into the LHSAA Hall of Fame. You deserve it. Enjoy it, Mitch.
We at Grambling Knights are very proud of the things that you have done for your community as well as the state of Louisiana. You deserve every moment of it. I remember when you was at Grambling as a basketball player, outstanding player, and a well-rounded young man. Thank you for all that you've done.
But I would be remiss if I would go through this without mentioning something about my wonderful wife of 58 years, 2 children and 1 grand. And the thing about it was we courted all through high school. I say this proudly. I had 1 job that I worked in Madison Parish all my life. I got 1 wife, those Gloria Riggs, and I got 1 God that I serve. I would live by that until I perish. And as I close, I trust where I am because of my work ethics. Everything that I've gained and done in life was based on my work habits, and I trusted that. It led me to where I am today. And I know that you don't get what you're looking for in the beginning. The reward always comes in the end. I wouldn't trade this life and the things that had happened to me for anything. That's who and what made me. Thank you. May God bless.
We're going to have Coach up because he takes a minute. I'll get a stop just to make sure. Okay. I got a little skill in it. All right, then. No, you got Jock right here. You got Miss Holloway right here. It's all good. Just call me when you need to come in.
Thanks so much here.
Tigers, baby, all day.
Once again, a round of applause for Coach Mitchell Riggs. I guess that deserves some applause too, right? All right, our ninth inductee is Jay Roth. Jay Roth's coaching odyssey commenced in 1987 as an assistant coach, showcasing his early commitment to excellence. Rapidly recognized, he transitioned to his alma mater, Archbishop Rummel, in 1995, where his strategic acumen led to unprecedented success. A 228-62 record, 2 state championships, and 12 district titles. Roth's accolades include District Coach of the Year, a remarkable 12 times, the LSWA Coach of the Year award twice, and the Sugar Bowl Coach of the Year twice as well. These awards underscore his profound impact on Louisiana high school football's landscape. His induction into the Louisiana High School Sports Hall of Fame rightfully celebrates his enduring legacy of inspiration and dedication to his student athletes.
Quarterback, Archbishop Rummel. And the Offensive Player of the Year is quarterback Jay Roth of Rummel.
I guess I was destined to be a coach. I am the son of a high school coach. I grew up on the buses, on the practice fields. I grew up in the locker room. My father took me to everything. And eventually I got to play for my father, Easton Roth, at Archbishop Rummel High School.
Man, you went out there and you showed some rate of pride. But man, you're gonna need more rate of pride. You can beat this football team.
Played for Don Pratt the first 2 years and played for my father the last 2 years and had a great experience. But I never intended to become a coach. I went to Nichols State, played football there, and got a degree in marketing. But during the all bust of the mid-'80s, I couldn't find a job. And a gentleman by the name of Bill Cimento hired me at East Jefferson High School. He says, just come and just be a substitute teacher and help me coach in spring football. Well, then I got hooked. I spent 1 year at East Jefferson under Bill Cimento, who gave me my start. I spent 1 year under Van Lambert at East Ascension High School, but I spent 3 of my learning years under Hank Tierney at Archbishop Shaw. And Hank Tierney taught me how to become a coach. He taught me how to break film down. He taught me how to scout teams. He taught me how to do practice schedules, treat young men. And we played in the best league in the state, in the Catholic League. So I spent 3 years with Hank Tierney, then I moved to Jesuit High School under Mark Songi, and Mark gave me the opportunity to call plays for the first time, to be an offensive coordinator. So I was moving up the ladder. So at Jesuit for 3 years, I was offensive coordinator, called plays, and then our last season at Jesuit, we had a very successful year, and 3 of the coaches off that staff got head coaching jobs, and I got one of them to be the head coach at Archbishop Roma in 1985, my alma mater. So I was excited to go back to my alma mater, but nervous, because I had just finished there 15 years ago, and they really hadn't had success in 15 years. They had 1 playoff team in 15 years. So in 1995, I made the head coach at Rummel, and I told myself, I said, look, I can drive a bus, I can cut grass, I can wash uniforms, but I really need assistant coaches. I knew one side of the ball. I was an offensive coach. I didn't know offensive line or defense. So I assembled a staff, and I said, look, I'll take care. I can coach the backs and the quarterbacks, but I needed a full staff to complement the coaching staff. So we got it done, and in 1995, we were picked 62 out of 64 teams before the season started. We weren't supposed to be too good. And when we opened the season, defeated Destrehan 52-26. Then we beat the #1 team in the state, St. Augustine High School. Then we beat Brother Martin, who we hadn't beat in 15 years. And then we beat Jesuit, who had beaten us by 41 points the year before. And we played for a district title in week 10 against Holy Cross. We won our first playoff game in 15 years. So in 1 year, all these goals were met, and things just took off at Rummel. 2000 was the first time I defeated my mentor, Hank Tierney, at Archbishop Shaw. Quite a competitor, and we won our first district title in 2000. And it's the first time we beat Shaw since 1985. So that was a big step, and we were undefeated district champions in 2000. In 2009, the school advanced to the first state championship in the Superdome.
It means the world. You know, 46 years the school's been in operation. It's the first time the football program's gotten to the state finals. And there's a lot of happy alumni, a lot of happy players, a lot of happy fans today.
Although we didn't win, it was a goal of ours, and it took 14 years to get there. But we finally broke that barrier. And in between that time, we had won a Catholic League record. We had won 40 straight regular season games. So we were off and running. We had some very, very good players, very good assistant coaches. We played in a very competitive league. And then in 2012, we got to the Dome undefeated. We defeated Barb, and we won our first state championship. To this day, which is the last 5A true state championship in the state of Louisiana. Because in 2013, we won the Division I Select State Championship. That's when the LHSAA had split. So we did it playing everybody, and we did it playing just select schools. And then in 2015, we had a very successful team. We actually traveled up the East Coast to play Don Bosco Prep. We got to the state championship, and we were defeated by Catholic High in 2015. So it was a great career coaching at Rummel. I owe a lot of thanks, first of all, to the staff at Rummel, coaches who were loyal to me, like Eddie Jackalon and Joey Bowe, who coached me throughout my whole career there, and several other coaches who have gone on to succeed. We have a coaching tree where guys who have coached under me are now head coaches in the state, being very successful. Joe Clark, who was my mentor in college, who I learned a lot of football, who, when I was running the ball for the first 10 years of my career and not throwing it much, he said, Jay, you got to learn how to throw this football around. So meeting with him, he taught me really what it was like to open up your offense a little bit. And so I owe a lot to Joe Clark. I owe a lot to Hank Tierney, who competing against him. He was a guy that I loved, but I didn't like playing him because it was no fun. It was no fun. We wouldn't talk to each other 5 weeks after the game. And then week 10, we'd get together, we'd go out to eat lunch and dinner, and everything would be good again. But we're still like that even today. We're very competitive. He's back in coaching, and I'm out of coaching. The best thing about coaching football is that coaching against people you got to meet and coach against. I got to play against one of the Hall of Famers. Otis Washington was at St. Augustine High School. I got to know him as a man later in life. Bobby Collin at Brother Martin, one of the Hall of Famers and one of the great guys in prep coaching in the city of New Orleans. Billy North at John Ehret, Bill Stubbs at Salmon, Dale Weiner at Catholic High, Mac Barus at Karen Crow, Ted Davidson at Acadiana. So these are guys, J.T. Curtis, John Curtis, guys I got to coach against and got to know. And the game has changed now. You know, in my younger days, we'd go scout games and sit in the stadium with the other coaching staffs. We'd trade film on a Saturday morning on some side country road, and we'd have coffee. We got to know the guys we coached against. And it was a great, great profession. And I'm eternally grateful to all those who helped me get where I'm at today.
Jay, congratulations on being inducted into the LHSAA Hall of Fame class for 2024. Thank you for all you've done for me, but for all the coaches out there modeling what a coach should be in education-based athletics.
I'd like to thank the LHSAA for honoring me in the Louisiana High School Athletic Hall of Fame. It was never a goal, but after 33 years, here it is, and I'm in it. And I'm glad to be in the hall with all these great competitors and people who contributed to high school football in the state of Louisiana. So again, thanks to the LHSAA.
Another round of applause for Coach Jay Roth. All right, we've made it to our final inductee, Ryan Travis. Ryan Travis, a standout athlete from Jules Sumner High School, earns a place in the Louisiana High School Sports Hall of Fame for his outstanding achievements in cross country and track from 1994 to 1997. Travis's dedication and talent garnered numerous accolades, including All-District, All-State, and All-American honors. His 10 individual titles and rare qualification for the Foot Locker National Cross Country Championships highlight his exceptional abilities. Travis continued his success at the University of Arkansas, earning All-American status and contributing to 9 championship teams. His records in the AA state meet endure, reflecting his lasting legacy in Louisiana distance annals.
My name is Ryan Travis. I grew up in 2 places, Zachary and Kentwood. I claim them both. From 1993 to 1997, I ran track and cross country at Jules Sumner High. In those early days, I was really an athlete in search of a sport. I have an uncle, and he began running 5Ks in the early 90s, and one evening, my athletically superior cousins decided to go on a run with him, and I tagged along. And, to my surprise, I started to pull away from the group, and I ended up finishing with my uncle. And that was the first time I'd ever won anything of a sporting nature in my family. My family was willing to invest time and whatever money they had into their kids. My parents hauled me all over the state. Many weekends, we were bouncing around running 5Ks, anywhere from New Orleans to Lake Charles to Ruston. In the summers, I trained at Southern University. That was the closest to me in Zachary, with a club called KY. And the coaches and athletes, they all treated one another like family. The environment was welcoming. Everyone was highly competent, and it was a very competitive group. Before starting my 9th grade year, I made a decision. I wanted to move from Zachary to Kentwood. I spoke to Jay Stuckey, Sumner's track coach, about running a cross-country meet. He was gracious enough to give me a uniform. He registered me at the race. He gave me a pat on my back and sent me on my way with a good luck. I took the lead in the first mile, pulled away from the pack with these seasoned runners. And I remember running down the home stretch, hearing, "Here comes the first place runner, Ryan Travis from Jules Sumner." I'd won nothing in sports, and I had trained with no one for a year and a half. So that was completely unexpected. But I did win. And that Monday morning, when I got to homeroom, I was told that I need to report to Coach Stuckey. When I went and saw Jay, he had a big smile on his face. And he goes, "Well, hey, it looks like you can run well enough. You're registered this next weekend to run again, and I'm gonna be attending with you." That's the point where I remember Jay went from just a teacher to truly my coach. I had found my sport, but the real shocker was the team score. Our ragtag team of country kids, we finished 3rd, and it was the highest placed ever for Jules Sumner at any sport at state. That streak of winning continued into my junior year. I won state cross country, and the boys team went up a notch. Last year, the year before, we placed 3rd. This time we placed 2nd. Then moving to outdoor track, I won the triple. I won the 800, the 1600, and the 3200. That would not have happened without Jay Stuckey. The head coach for the University of Arkansas was John McDonnell. He's won more national titles than any other coach, all sport in NCAA history. Jay Stuckey, he was very much aware that that's where I wanted to go. As a matter of fact, he planted that really audacious goal in my head to begin with.
Going into my senior year, Coach Stuckey had a heart-to-heart with me. He pulled me aside and said, "Look, you're doing good. You've won 8 state titles, but you have to be great if you want to make it to the University of Arkansas. John's just never going to call you unless you're one of the best nationally." So we changed up our training pretty significantly, and that's when things really started to take off. I won state cross country, got an invite to Charlotte, North Carolina to run the regional qualifier for the national cross country meet. I placed 2nd there. And then I ended up the end of the cross-country season finishing in the top 20 nationally, which I started to get the college calls after that. And that I got invited to Madison Square Garden to run in the Milrose Games in New York City, and I placed 2nd there, indoors. That summer, I got invited to race in the national outdoor meet in the 1600, and in that race I finished 4th, but it was the fastest boys field ever run. We had the most high school milers under 4 minutes and 10 seconds. I ran 4:04 for a 1600 in that race, which I believe is still the state record to this day. And that's when, after that race, that's when I got the call from John McDonnell. And he offered a full ride, and I'd be attending the University of Arkansas.
Right up the road from Kentwood was Mandeville High. And Mandeville High had a really good track and cross-country team. But there was a cute girl, her name was Beth Woodworth, and Beth happened to be the indoor state mile champ. And after one race, she had just finished. I was walking to start my race. I'd never spoken to her. And as I was walking by, I could tell the conversation between her and her coach was not going so well. And so as I walk by, her coach peels off, and she turns around and sees me looking at her. And we lock eyes. I had to say something. So I thought I would go with empathy. And I was like, "Hey, don't worry about that. Shake it off. No race goes as planned." I thought I was being smooth. And I said, hey, but your coach, he's a real a-hole. She turns to me and she looks me dead straight in the eyes and she says, hey, that coach, he's my father. So those were the very first words I ever spoke to my future wife. So several years later, Beth has a change of heart while she's running for LSU and I'm running for the University of Arkansas. Both SEC schools, we meet up on the weekends, we started dating, and we've been married for over 20 years now. My father-in-law, that a-hole, is one of my best friends, lives up the street from us here in Fayetteville, Arkansas. And he gets to come out and watch his little a-hole grandchildren run track and cross country themselves. And it's one of his greatest passions and joys. The sport of running continues to pay dividends beyond athletic achievements. It's given me my wife. It's given me lifelong friendships. Debt-free college wasn't bad. But more than that, it's given me confidence in pursuing really audacious goals. And, it's given me a healthy lifestyle. I still run today. My daughter, who's 14 and just getting into the sport, we run together on most weekends, and it's the highlight of my weekend. I want to thank the Louisiana State High School Association. As much as the award itself is an honor, the award for me was to be able to relive these last 20 years with not just my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, my parents, but with my own kids now. And that was really special. So, thank you.
Once again, Ryan Travis. All right, as we wrap up tonight's event, I'd like to welcome Mr. Eddie Bonine, Executive Director of the LHSAA, to give some final remarks.
Jock, thank you. How about a round of applause for our MC tonight, Mr. Jock Deshay. He does an incredible job for us every year. Jock, thank you. Every year this time, I get an opportunity to stand before an assembled group as such for the Hall of Fame induction, and I think it can't get any better than last year. Well, we did it again. We did it again, and every year you look around the group, the contributions that they've done in their communities, the contributions to student athletes, whether it be coaching, administration, contributors, all of that through the state of Louisiana. It's overwhelming when you take a look at it and you put all that together and the history that follows all of it. So kudos to all of those in the room, not only the individuals honored tonight, those individuals who've been honored before that are in attendance with us tonight. In fact, how many would the past inductees please stand? Please stand. All past inductees, please stand. Please. Wasn't here for all of those inductees, but I did recognize a few, but it's incredible that we appreciate you coming back. Every year I have the opportunity to invite you to come to 12720 Old Hammond Highway. That's the LHSAA headquarters, which houses the LHSAA Sports Hall of Fame. And wouldn't try it tomorrow. The construction on the highway is not real good right now. It'll take you a while to get there. But the door is always open. And we ask you to come and see the facility and come see where the plaques will be put on that wall, which is what we did today. A few years ago, we started the Hall of Fame inductee luncheon at the facility so those inductees can take a look at the facility, look at where their plaques are going to be hung, and it's been a really positive experience, and we're going to continue to do that. With that said, I want to thank everybody. Again, congratulations to all that are inducted this evening, those who have been inducted in the past. We couldn't be where we stand today in education-based athletics in the state of Louisiana without you. And I'm privileged to be the executive director of this fine association. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
All right, before we go, there are two quick announcements. First, to thank you, and please remain seated. The cast is going to, our 10 inductees are going to walk out here to close things out. Two quick announcements. First, a thank you to Dirk Grazier and the LHSAA network for producing tonight's videos. And second, for those of you who want to take home a piece of tonight's memories, photographs can be ordered from GoPreps. The link can be found on the LHSAA website. And now it's time for the Spotlight Recessional. Please stand and help us bid farewell to our inductees as they make their way to the back of the room for autographs and interviews. Thank you for all coming tonight, and congratulations once again to the 2024 Louisiana High School Sports Hall of Fame inductees. Dr. James R. Andrews, Eddie Cole, Gay Greer, Margaret Maggie Millette, Ryan Perilou, Scott Peterson, James Ravanack, Mitchell Riggs, Jay Roth, and Ryan Travis. Thank you so much, and good night. Mic check. So folks, one more important announcement to the 10 inductees the 10 inductees to this year's class. To my left, you'll see the